Hello students, good evening students. So today we are going to start holozoic nutrition in multicellular organism. First of all, we will start from human being. As we know that we require food, be it food, how this food get converted into energy and how this energy utilized by us, let us understand. Before we understand about the holozoic nutrition, it is important to understand that what is holozoic nutrition. As we have discussed that holozoic nutrition means taking wholesome food inside our body as a part of food taking inside the body. It involves 5 steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So human beings and animals also perform the process of holozoic nutrition. Before we understand about the holozoic nutrition in human beings, first let us understand about the anatomy and physiology of human digestive system. So, how we can understand the human digestive system? Let's see. Human digestive system. Human digestive system consists of mouth to anus. This is called canal, alimentary canal. It is also called alimentary canal. We know that alimentary canal. It means pathway, passage through which our food has to pass. Let us understand what are the parts involved in human digestive system. See, these are the different parts involved in human digestive system. First, see this figure and also try to draw how to draw the human digestive system. While seeing this, you can understand easily to draw the human digestive system. See, so human digestive system consists of mouth, this is called mouth cavity, or it is also called buccal cavity, buccal cavity, mouth cavity. Thereafter, first let us understand about the structure of mouth. Mouth is a cavity. Cavity means what? Cavity, it means hollow space. Hollow space. So this hollow space having some other structure, like teeth is present in our mouth. Mainly there are 4 type of teeth present in our mouth. 4 type of teeth. 4 type of teeth. So 4 type of teeth present in our mouth. What are these 4 type of teeth? These 4 type of teeth having canine, incisor, molar and premolar. So these 4 type of teeth helps to break down our food into small pieces. My dear students, when we take food, usually we take food in solid form. Sometimes we take food as a liquid form, but most of the food taken by us as a solid form. When the food taken as a solid form, it get converted into a small pieces with the help of our teeth. So, teeth having hard covering, hard outermost covering, which is called the enamel. So, teeth act on the solid food and convert them into a small pieces of food. As we have just discussed that there are 4 types of teeth: canines, incisor. So canine for tearing the food, like flesh. Many carnivorous animals or be non-vegetarians, vegetarians and non-vegetarians. So vegetarians eat the flesh. So for canine is for tearing. Incisor is for biting the food. है ना? Chisel shaped, and the molar and premolar for mixing and grinding the food. So in this way, in our mouth cavity or buccal cavity, our food broken down into a small pieces. Thereafter, in our mouth, there is a leaf-like structure having so many buds in it. So this is muscular organ and having so many buds in it, which identify the taste of our food. Because of the presence of the buds in it, there were different zones present in the tongue. This is called the tongue. So next one is the tongue. Tongue help in mixing the food particles. It helps in mixing the food particles. So teeth helps in biting the food, mixing and grinding the food. It also helps the teeth for mixing and grinding the food. And it also helps in speaking. It also helps in chewing. It also helps in swallowing the foods. So tongue performs so many functions. Teeth also perform many functions. It converts the food into a small pieces. Thereafter, the another structure, here is a gland. This gland just available present in the lower portion of our throat or in the mouth cavity. It is called the salivary gland. Salivary gland. Salivary gland is a gland which secretes enzyme and helps in the process of digestion. Thereafter, it leads to a pipe-like structure. This pipe-like structure is known as esophagus. 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 Esophagus or food pipe, we know that. Thereafter, it leads to a bag-like structure. This bag-like structure is known as a stomach. This bag-like structure is known as a stomach. A stomach. This bag-like structure is known as a stomach. Thereafter, it leads to a coiled tube-like structure. This coiled tube-like structure is called a small intestine. This coiled tube-like structure is called a small intestine. A small intestine. A small intestine. Thereafter, this structure associated with one more tube-like structure. This one more tube-like structure is called large intestine. Small tube is known as large intestine. Large intestine. Large intestine. Let us understand in details about the different parts involved in human digestive system. So just as we have just talked about the mouth cavity or buccal cavity, thereafter salivary glands, thereafter esophagus, thereafter this portion where the esophagus and stomach combined together, this is called as gastroesophageal splinter. Why it is called gastroesophageal splinter? Because it makes a keep-like structure so that the downward movement of food take place. So this is called gastroesophageal splinter. The junction where the esophagus and stomach join together. Okay. Thereafter, the upper part is called the cardiac part. The middle part of the stomach, this part is called the cardiac part. And the middle is called the fundus part, and the lower part is called the pylori part. These three parts a stomach have. These three parts a stomach have: cardiac part, fundus part, and pylori part. Thereafter, at the end of the stomach, there is one more splinter is also present, which promote the further movement of food, digested food. This is known as the gastrointestinal splinter. Gastrointestinal splinter. Thereafter, it leading to a tube-like structure. This tube-like structure is known as a small intestine. A small intestine having three parts. The three parts is known as, what are the three parts? Number one, duodenum. Number two, jejunum. And number four, ileum. The last one part, ileum. So these three parts having a small intestine, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Thereafter, this small intestine joined with a large intestine. There is a large stomach. The size of a small intestine is a normal healthy person is about 6 meter, and large intestine about 1.5 meter. So, say it joined with the large intestine. Large intestine also having three parts. Cecum, colon. This is called colon. Colon, the middle portion, colon, and last one is the rectum. So rectum is the place, hollow bag-like structure. Okay. So colon having three types. Colon, this colon, this type of structure, zigzag structure you are seeing here. This is called ascending colon. This is called ascending colon. This is ascending colon, and this side is called the descending colon. descending colon, and the upper portion, this part is called the transverse colon. Transverse colon. Now see, just above the right side of the stomach, there is a triangular shape structure. This structure is called liver. This structure is called liver. This structure is called liver. Liver is the largest gland of our body. Liver is the largest gland of our body, which associated with a tube-like structure. This is called gallbladder. है ना? Liver is the largest gland. Liver, largest gland, associated with one more gland with it, that is called the gallbladder. Gallbladder. Okay. So liver, gallbladder, and just this is associated just below the diaphragm. That diaphragm is a muscular set, you are knowing, just below the diaphragm. So say just below the stomach there is a leaf-like structure. This leaf-like structure is called the pancreas. This leaf-like structure is called pancreas. This is called pancreas. Okay. So, dear students, you can see these are the parts involved in the process of human digestive system. Now, let us understand how the digestion take place in human being, one by one, associated with the function of their respective parts. How these respective parts helps in the digestion of foods. Before it is important to understand about the component of food and the enzymes involved in the process of digestion. First, say, what do you mean by enzymes? What do you mean by enzymes? So, enzymes are the chemical substance. Enzymes are the chemical substance which gets secreted by our body. They are biocatalysts which can increase or speed up the reaction which occurring in our body. It does not change itself but speed up the chemical reactions. So, dear students, the food that we take in our diet, they are locked in the complex form. We take carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, etc. So, these things are locked in our complex form that need to get converted into simpler, soluble, absorbable form. So, the breakdown of food is necessary for the process of digestion. In the process of digestion, the breakdown of food occurs and energy produced in this holozoic nutrition that performed by the human beings or any other animals. So, one by one, come to the point, let us discuss. First of all, our food goes into the mouth and it gets converted into a small pieces, and thereafter it mixes with the secretion from the salivary gland. The food mixes with the secretion of the salivary gland and it gets converted into a small pieces. The salivary gland secretes saliva, which is an enzyme and helps in the partial digestion of carbohydrate. It makes the food moist also. What happened when we eat a some piece of bread alone for some time? The taste becomes sweet. Why? Because the carbohydrate partial get digested in our mouth. Our food, the carbohydrate present in our food, partial get digested, and it react with the amylase, salivary amylase, and to make the maltose. That is the form of glucose. Thereafter, our food become moist and it just becomes a ball of semi-solid form, we can say that. So thereafter we need to engulf it with the help of teeth and tongue. This food passes in a tube-like structure. Just there is two pipe present in our this neck region. One is windpipe and one is food pipe. So just below this there is the windpipe. Just above it there is a flap-like structure. It prevents the entry and exit of the this is called epiglottis. This is called epiglottis. This is called epiglottis. Epiglottis is a lid-like structure which prevents the entering of food into windpipe and wind into food pipe, vice versa. So in this way it protects, but due to mistake, sometime when the food or water enter in the windpipe, we feel hiccups automatically and abnormality get created. So my dear students, what happened? This epiglottis act continuously work without tirelessly, like heart. So epiglottis continue work and prevent the entering of food into windpipe and wind into food pipe. So that thereafter passing through this, the food passes in a tube. This tube is called the esophagus. Esophagus having inner linings. The esophagus having inner linings. This is very soft and delicate, and it swell up. Where the food reaches, it swell up. The inner linings associated with food swell up, and it forms a wave-like movement. A wave-like movement get created in the esophagus. This wave-like movement is called the peristalsis movement. What is called? Peristalsis movement. With the help of this peristalsis movement, our food passing from the esophagus reaches in a bag-like structure called the stomach. Here inside the stomach, in the inner lining of the stomach is also present. In the stomach there is the inner lining is also present. In the inner lining of the stomach, what happened? The inner surface of the stomach having zigzag structure, just zigzag-like structure, somewhere down and somewhere up. So many glands are present in it. These glands is known as gastric gland. Gastric gland. This gland is known as gastric gland. This gland secretes the gastric juice. This gland secretes the gastric juice. What does it secrete? Secrete the gastric juice. gastric gland is composed of three type of cells. Number one, parietal cell. Parietal cell secretes the HCl. Parietal cell secretes HCl. And thereafter, chief cell or zymogenic cell secrete pepsinogen. So, chief cell or zymogenic cell secrete pepsin, and one is the mucus cell. Which mucus is a liquid substance. So, this liquid is also secreted by this gland, mucus. So, these three type of cells combined together form and releases gastric juice. We know that acid are corrosive in nature. And sour in taste, but automatically in our body acid is being secreted. Hydrochloric acid, which is a strong acid, but it does not causes erosion in our inner surface of stomach. Why? Because the mucus secreted by the mucus cell, it forms a layer over there. So, it protects the esophageal mucosa also. It protects the inner surface of stomach also. So, in this way it gets protected. We know that what is pH? pH is the index of acidity or alkalinity. So, what is the pH? Below 7 of our stomach. So, our food thereafter passing through mouth and passing through esophagus, our food reaches where? Our food reaches in the stomach, where the HCl acted on them, and thereafter it get converted into simpler form. It get react with the hydrochloric acid and get converted into simpler form. Thereafter what happens? The pepsinogen react with the protein present in our food, and it also start reacting with them. So other components also present in the food get digested, and the food further get converted into semi-solid form, semi-liquid form. We can say that semi-solid form, semi-liquid form. It get converted. Thereafter our food passes in a small tube-like structure. This tube-like structure is called the small intestine. Our food passes in the small intestine. These small intestines having three regions. Number one, duodenum. Number two, jejunum, and ileum. So in duodenum, what happened? There is also the secretion of enzymes take place. That is known as intestinal juice. Intestinal juices act on the digested food, that the partial digestion take places in our mouth and in stomach, further goes in the small intestine and react with the intestinal juice. What? In the intestine, in the duodenum, the secretion from our liver, as we have discussed earlier, that liver is the largest gland of our body, and it secretes a greenish juice that is known as bile juice. Liver secretes a juice known as bile juice. This bile juice helps in the emulsification of fat. But how does it reach in the stomach at the site of digestion? It goes at the site of digestion with the help of a bile duct. With the help of a bile duct, which is known as common bile duct. Why it is known as common bile duct? Because the secretion from both the places, from the pancreas, From the pancreas, because pancreas also secretes pancreatic juice. Pancreas also known as islet of Langerhans, because pancreas releases enzymes which provide the alkali basic medium for the food. So where the digestion takes place completely, so the secretion from the liver and secretion from the pancreas reaches at the site of digestion with the help of common bile duct. Common bile duct, because it serves as both common bile duct. This bile duct is known as common because it serves for pancreatic juice as well as for bile juice. Common bile duct and reaches at the site of digestion. In a small intestine, in duodenum, the digestion takes place. The digestion of food, the component of food react with the different secretions like intestinal juice, bile juice, pancreatic juice. These juices act on them. They are having different type of enzyme like trypsin, chymotrypsin, proteases, amylase, lipase. These enzymes react with the component of food. See, to digest carbohydrates, the enzyme is necessary to digest carbohydrates. Carbohydrate enzyme involved to digest carbohydrate. Enzymes involved, that is amylase. Amylase and amylase convert the carbohydrate into glucose. And the protein, how does protein digested? Protein digested with the help of an enzyme known as pepsin. Pepsin convert the protein into amino acid. This is the simplest form of this component of food. And fat get digested with the help of enzyme known as lipase. This lipase convert the fat into fatty acid and glycerol. Glycerol. Okay. So, dear students, these are the food components with the help of respective enzymes get simpler form. So, a small intestine is the main region where the complete digestion takes place, where the digestion gets completed. A small intestine is the main region, and the process of digestion get completed, ingestion get completed. The mode of different steps of holozoic nutrition as we were discussing. First of all, ingestion take place, thereafter digestion take place, and now the process of absorption take place. So, small intestine is the region where the food is absorbed completely. Okay. The simple, soluble, absorbable form of food absorbed by the inner surface of a small intestine. A small intestine inner surface having many finger-like projections, millions of finger-like projections. These finger-like projections have many pores. These finger-like projections have many pores which absorb the digested food material in the form of glucose and sent to and reaches in the blood stream. This finger-like projection is called the villi or villus. So, it absorbs the digested juice in the form of glucose and send it to our blood stream. And in the blood stream, it circulates and reaches in the lungs. In the lungs, it absorbs oxygen. In the lungs, it absorbs oxygen and distributed to each and every body cells, where our digested food get converted in the form of energy, and this energy is utilized to carry out the various functions, various life process, various activity. This energy is utilized. So this process is known as assimilation. So we have just discussed ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation. Now what happened? The undigested food material moves into the large intestine, and by passing through the different colons. This is left side, ascending colon, descending colon, and transverse colon. Passing through the bowel movement, it goes into the rectum. This is a bag-like structure. Here food get deposited, and when it gets deposited and it expelled out with the help of our anus, deposited in the rectum and expelled out from the anus. So my dear students, large intestine play a vital role in absorbing the water and for the storage of waste material. It helps in defecation. It helps in the disposal of waste material from our body with the help of anus. So all these passages, all this canal known as alimentary canal. So in this way, my dear students, in human beings, the holozoic nutrition we have discussed: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion. So in my next video, I will give you brief knowledge about the respiratory system. How does the digested food combined with the oxygen to releases energy, and what are the different respiratory parts, organs involved in the process of respirations. So I hope that you like this effort. I tried my level best to make you understand. Listen carefully this video lecture. You will get succeeded. Thank you.